everybody, it's Christine Ernst, the Fat Ass Cancer Bitch, coming to you from the snug little writing cottage in Sandwich, Massachusetts on Cape Cod. It is January 8th, 2023, a beautiful day, 27 degrees. I'm headed for a walk on the beach very soon. I read the paper this morning. Michael and I subscribe to the Sunday print edition of the New York Times, which is a little luxury, but it is the anchor of our week. We drink coffee and read the paper leisurely in bed. We do the puzzles in the magazine. Today, they were great puzzles. And then we have a lovely breakfast. The very first part of the paper I always read is the Metropolitan Diary, which is on the second to last page of the second section. And then in that same section, 2 pages later, is my very favorite part of the paper, the obituaries. I love to read these tiny biographies. I love to read how people name their children. I love to read the names of their parents, long dead. It's fascinating. And this morning, I read perhaps what was the greatest line ever in an obituary that I have ever read. And it was from the obituary of a woman named Frances Wells McGee, who died on January 1st at the age of 93. I'll show you her picture. See her there? And the line that made me laugh out loud and rejiggered everything was, her extensive and colorful assortment of pencil sharpeners entertained her grandchildren and great-grandchildren right up until her death. That just stopped me. And I think I need to start collecting colorful pencil sharpeners, which I also like, but I had not imagined them ever as a collection of anything that might delight my great-grandchildren. But now, of course, that's what I'm thinking. I need to have something whimsical and delightful and beautiful for my great-grandchildren to play with while I am dying peacefully on the bed. I don't know. It's not exactly morbid. It just was exactly the thing that I want my life to be at the end. I think a lot about death in a good way. I'm fascinated by mortality. I'm a little excited and giddy about the next adventure beyond this mortal coil. So I write a lot about it, and the piece I'll read today is called Ashes. It's a piece that I have updated over the past few years. I added my dad to it in 2019. Called Ashes, Memento Mori. And forgive me if you've heard it before. So Dad's in the living room. His urn is on the shelf above the desk. We haven't decided what to do with him yet. My friend Delia took handfuls of her father and left him all over the world. A handful on a mountain in India, a handful on a beach on Cape Cod, another handful on his own grassy plains of South Africa. And Kara and Lisa kept their mother in an urn on a sort of altar in the den. They gave away tiny glass vials of lovely Ellie to friends and family as keepsakes. And Larry had his dad in the trunk for years. Drove around unsure what to do with Big Larry. Almost lost him when he sold that car. And my husband Michael mixed his parents together and tossed them into the wind at Lover's Point. Ashes to ashes, or to earth or ocean, or into that urn on the mantle. But folks will innovate, of course, and even the dead can use a better mousetrap. So these days you can have the dust of your departed made into a paperweight, or a string of beads, sun catcher for the window above the kitchen sink, a Christmas ornament, a garden paver, a doorstop, a decorative lamp, a keychain, or fused into a set of memorial fucking coasters. And some genius hack for a fine fee will even mix a can of mortal grit with acrylic paint and slap it onto a canvas and tell you it's art. Cremains, they say reverently. Death has its trends and buzzwords too. Cremains, they say. The portmanteau easier to carry than 5 pounds of pulverized bone. Cremains. Now, for the record, I don't want to be reduced to some ghoulish knickknack, some demented hostess gift. as likely to turn up in a thrift shop as on my daughter's coffee table. So, do not grieve me into a tacky heirloom of any kind. Though the thought of a coaster made of my earthly remains sitting beneath a sweating highball glass containing a gin and tonic of a summer afternoon in some distant future July frankly delights me. Do not inflict some sterile fleck of me upon those remaining. Also, do not shoot me out of a cannon into orbit. Do not reverently scatter me into the sea. I have no wish to be made into a synthetic, semi-precious stone, incorporated into a coral reef, exploded in a fireworks display, mixed with tattoo ink, carbonized into the lead of a set of commemorative number 2 pencils. Yes, that is totally a thing. And for Christ's sake, do not freeze my head like Ted Williams. When I am done, incinerate my useless husk. Be practical and quick about it. If it makes you feel better, plant me in the backyard or in the dunes. Just get on with things. Do not make too much of my leavings. We must be monuments while we live. Or not at all. So I guess that's my manifesto for my end-of-life wishes, or afterlife wishes. That's a relief. Now y'all know. Just get me cremated and get on with things. I'm headed to the beach. It's a fine day. Go for a walk, folks. Bite me, beautiful people. I will see you next week. Mwah.